What is going on, guys? So, I know I've been a little bit AWOL lately, haven't made a video in a few weeks, but all for good reasons. I've been working on the shop, getting some products out, and also spent some time on vacation. But I've got some awesome projects I've been working on, things to show you that you will be super excited about, I'm sure. First and foremost, got the whole fleet out today. We got the original stock JL Jeep here. We'll do some crawling with that in a bit. We have the dually C10 gooseneck trailer with the functioning drop on the back there, ready to go. And then we have our newest member of the bunch here, which I'm really excited to show you. And last but not least, we've got the rock bouncer, which I've now added some rear steer to and some mudslingers. These tires are awesome. So first things first, let's show you the Jeep. So this guy right here has one of the amazing Furitek Lizard Esc / Bluetooth receiver combos in it. Wow, I just have to show you guys how amazing this setup is with the Surpass motor and the Shapeways motor mounts. So you can see here, I've got everything tied up nicely in there, the Bluetooth module as well as the ESC itself. I've got a little receiver under there so I could get rid of the stock bulky unit and keep that center of gravity low. And the reason I built this truck and wanted one of these setups is just because these tracks are awesome. I love them. I know a lot of you guys do as well, but I wanted something that had plenty of power to keep these things turning in any conditions. So let's get it turned on, powered up. I will show you this amazing product. So to power this guy on, there's a little button on the ESC. We'll push that right here. Gives you 3 beeps there, lets you know she's up and running. And yeah, well, it's a awesome setup. We've got a high power Emax servo on here. We've got the Surpass motor and the Furitek Lizard combo. And what is really amazing about this is I'm going to show you. If you look closely at the bell of that motor, how slow and how much control you have with this ESC combo and everything is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we're talking about moving as slow as you could possibly want them to move. So that's amazing. The top end torque is amazing. Install is super easy. You know, you plug it into your stock receiver or an aftermarket one. You plug your bullet connectors in. I zip tied mine all down, Velcro tied mine all down to this battery tray here. It is really an amazing setup in this truck. The receiver also comes, if you buy it, with a Bluetooth module that you can set all your parameters on your phone, control your throttle curves, all that great stuff. I found that super useful for tuning it for my needs, and you know, every transmitter can be different. So I'm using this old school Hobby King GT2 that I had laying around. So yeah, let's do a little running with it and show you how well this combination runs. So we're inside right now, and we're going to be doing that on my new foam course that me and my buddy built. You know, it's nothing special, but it's really cool to just move around, put it wherever you want it, and do some crawling. So let's show you some crawling with this Furitek setup here and the Surpass motor. As you can see, we've just got unlimited torque. Those tracks stay spinning, and the consistency is really what gets me here. The low speed operation. On the stock brush setups, a lot of the times you have to kind of feather the throttle a bit. You know, when you're going up inclines, you're going to have to give it more gas, and when you're going downhill, you barely have to give it anything. But with this setup, it really will just keep them spinning consistently at any speed with any load behind it, which is just awesome. Love these products. Love the people over there. Great people. I have zero complaints on this setup here. So as you can see, we just climbed over that first mound. We are going to be going up this hill here. And again, I'm at only like a quarter throttle. It really does just give you all the power you need. And when you need more, you can really get them spinning. There we go. But again, I mean, look at how slow you can make this thing crawl. With wheels and with the tracks, it just gives you what you need. With the wheels on, you can crawl even slower than this because there's not the drag on the drivetrain and everything, causing that motor to cog. But really, this ESC has some of the best sensorless, brushless motor cog control I have ever seen in my life. So I strongly recommend them. I'm going to get another one on order to put in the rock bouncer and my other trucks that are still brushed and see how it performs in there as well. But as you can see, just whenever you need it, low speed, you got it. Super consistent, which is huge in crawling, as we all know. We're going to get up top here, see if we can pull it off. These tracks on hard surfaces like this don't necessarily have the most traction, but they're certainly holding their own. This is actually the first time I've ran the tracks on this course here. And look at that, we climbed right to the top. And for a stock truck, a stock suspension truck, this is the first stock suspension truck to make it to the top of there with that much ease. And that is thanks to the tracks, extended wheelbase, I guess you could call it. You know, it lengthens the vehicle a little bit. Their traction, and then also the power behind this motor setup and this servo setup and everything like that. So Furitek, hands down, the best ESC for your SCX24 here. Really, I can't say enough about what they're doing in the world of these little trucks. I did also want to mention what I'm running on this this motor here is a lot of the people opt for the 11 tooths, but with the way my tracks are set up, the size of the cog is essentially the size of your wheel, right? And you can see that that cog is significantly smaller. So that means that with every revolution per minute, you're going a significantly shorter distance. So what I did is I am running a 14 or 15 tooth pinion on there so I can get a decent top speed out of it. So I will show you that right here. So we're certainly not breaking any speed records, but got plenty of speed and power once we get some snow back here for the sand dunes, for mudding, whatever you want to do with these tracks. This is really the perfect setup for them. So again, super excited to make content with this. Really love this product here from Furitek. And again, I just got this Jeep set up strictly for the tracks. No wheels are ran on this thing. This is the track baby here. So after saying that, we'll put it aside, and I wanted to bring out the rock bouncer. You guys have seen it before, but man, do we have some updates for you. So what I have on this truck right here is, you saw it before with the stock Niddle trail grapplers that come on these trucks, and now you're seeing it with these mudslingers on these beautiful RC four-wheel drive stamped wheels. Really happy with the look of this. We have the Kinetic KMS double barrel shocks on this thing with an absolutely insane amount of articulation. I mean, we can flex right up on that Jeep, and this back wheel is almost still touching the ground. We've got brass weights up front on the steering knuckles, diff cover, hex adapters, all that. Again, on the rear, steering knuckles, hex adapters, and the diff cover as well. You can see here, got quite a bit of slop in this rear, and it's interesting. These are the stock linkages, and I know a lot of people complain about that, but on the front, I've got almost no slop. So I've got to look into that, get some O-rings, put something on here maybe, and see why I have all this slop in the rear steering. But again, the rear steer setup is awesome. The way I channeled it is your traditional steering knob. It does steer the front wheels still, and then the auxiliary channel 3-position switch. That's how we control that. So let's get a lap. Let's do some crawling with that setup here. Alrighty guys, let's do some crawling here. These mudslingers are massive, a lot of fun. The extra flex we got on this truck is absolutely insane. Really helps getting over stuff, and the rear steer is a lifesaver quite a bit of the time when you get stuck somewhere or you're trying to work your way over an obstacle. So here we go, working our way around the easy section, walking over that with ease. We're now climbing up a steeper section here, which gets into some pretty aggressive terrain. And now, let's see if we can pull ourselves right up on top here. This thing walks right up it, but let me tell you, that is not always an easy feat for these trucks. It is pretty steep, pretty aggressive for these tiny little trucks, and just a lot of fun to mess around with. So now we're utilizing that rear steer to help us turn around up here and get headed on our downhill portion here in the right way. So now we're going to see if we can crawl down this nice and easy. Absolutely. So we've got two winners so far. We have the rear steer rock bouncer SCX24 with all the upgrades you can imagine. But what's really amazing about that is this stock suspension, stock chassis, everything Jeep was able to do it as well. So now we're gonna give the totally stock Jeep a shot at this with the stock tires and wheels, and let's see how she performs. Alrighty guys, so we ran the brushless track Jeep, we ran the awesome rear steer rock bouncer. Now we're gonna run a relatively stock Jeep and see how it handles the same terrain. So let's get right at it. A little bit of struggle right here, but if we wiggle it enough, we'll get right up. Coming up to this section, I think if we take that right side, we're gonna tip over, or because of our high center of gravity. So I'm gonna crawl up over the left here. Beautiful line there. Now we're gonna drop down in this gully, try to get ourselves turned enough here, and attempt to make it up this section. Struggling for traction. Ooh, we had to roll over there. Let's try that again. We'll get a little hand of God action going here. Get that truck lined up about as well as it can be, and give it another shot. Yep, again a rollover. I might have to really get into it, but you could see before with those other two trucks, they were able to crawl up that with relative ease. And that's probably mostly to do with the extra weight of the tracks and the extra brass weights on the bouncer, but I still want to give it another shot. There we go. Nice easy touch and a nice line for that, and we made it right up. So now here, this, the other two vehicles crawled over this with relative ease, but this is pretty aggressive. We're lifting that wheel quite a bit here, just crawling up nice and slow. Trying not to high center on anything. Doing a great job so far. And can we do it? We did. We made it right to the top. So that's actually the first time I've had a stock truck make it to the top. It might be the extra traction caused by this paint on here now, but either way, still an awesome course. So now let's try to get ourselves turned around and try to drive down this section here. This is very steep for these little trucks, and it may not look so on camera, but we almost just sent the rear wheels over the front there. So let's see if we can make it down in one piece. And we have. Awesome. So we got the first three trucks through it. Should we try the dually? I think we're gonna have to. So let's get the dually out here. Let's get it ripping on this course and see how it handles the terrain. Alrighty guys, so we've got the dually on the course. It looks mean posted up there, but can it perform? Let's find out. This is the only SCX24 here besides the tracked Jeep with stock shock mounting locations. And it looks like we are crawling over this stuff with relative ease, but this truck's gonna high center real easily. And it looks like that's the situation we're in. Oh, pulled out. Okay, let's see. Getting those dually wheels really rubbing on that body. Gotta love it. Now here is where I think this may perform better than the Jeep, strictly because of the wider wheels and the larger surface for traction. But I could be wrong. This truck does also have wheel weights on all four corners, so we did pull that off with just about the same ease as the Jeep. And we're gonna crawl. Oh, we might, oh, there's a problem. So as you can see, that ravine really caught us there. It didn't want to let us through, so let's try that again. We may just have to pick a smarter line here. Got to try to bounce it. There we go. Oh man, we are close. And we have made it to the top with the Dually C10. And it looks great just posted up there. So now let's see if we can make it down over here. With the light hand and throttle control, we'll probably be okay. And as a matter of fact, we are. So I'm really impressed and really surprised to say that all 4 of these trucks just did this entire course. So super exciting. Awesome little trucks. I mean, just looking at this fleet here, you can see the levels of customization that you can do on them. Really great trucks. Guys, again, thank you for coming by. I wanted to put together a video here to show off the Furitek Lizard, of course. If you haven't gotten one of those in a brushless setup, if you're running my tracks, I think it's a great way to go. Either that or the barrage motor, but this is certainly ideal. Again, too, if you want a set of those tracks, the link will be in the description below. I will toss a link for the Lizard ESC and Bluetooth module combo down there as well. The Rock Bouncer chassis, I will have that on Colts 3D. I'll link that below. And what else do we got? I think that's it. A lot of you guys are asking about these trailers too. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm trying to balance everything, keep my products moving out the doors, the ones that I have launched, and balance the 9 to 5, of course, too. So trailers will come soon enough. I just want to keep providing the people with the wheels and the tracks at the moment. But the files are available for everything you see here, all the 3D printed products. So again, thanks for coming by. Stay tuned for more on this setup. We'll get it out in some sand out into the outdoors and really test it out. The Rock Bouncer we'll do some more crawling with, and of course some towing with the C10. And you can't forget the trusty stock Jeep. So thanks again for coming by, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see anything in particular, please let me know what you want to see me do with these trucks. Thanks again. Bye.